welcome back to my channel. This is Rohit Shah from Rohit Shah Canada Vlogs. So I'm a May intake student. I'm currently taking online classes for Canada, and I'm in India currently. So I was just wanted to share some insights, and I would rather say that advantages and disadvantages of online classes. And in this video I would like to help you in deciding like whether you should go for online classes or not. So just keep watching till the last, because I will be discussing various issues and the benefits that you will be getting due to the online classes. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell to get latest updates about the students' life and everything in Canada. So just start with the advantages of going for online classes. The first advantages is it's most important, because it's like you will be able to save 4 months of your life, of your career. You will be able to get the work permit 4 months earlier. You will be able to get eligible for the PR in Canada. So this is the most important benefit that you will be getting, and I have prepared a list. And the second one is save a lot of money, in staying, because as you will be in India from your comfort of your house, and you will be saving a lot of money that you would have spent in Canada if you stay there. So the staying cost would be just considered as a 50,000 rupees multiplied by 4 months, because you will be staying in India, and you need not to spend your GIC. So you will be able to save at least 1.5 or 2 lakhs of rupees if you stay there. And the second good thing is that if you are working in India currently, so you need not to go on part-time. You can work full-time in India as well and go for online classes at the same time, because the criteria in Canada is that you will have to work in part-time basis, that is 20 hours per week. But if you are staying in India, you will be able to save your whole salary, because you need not to pay for any staying cost in India, because you will be staying at your home, right? So this is another. And there will be no risk for getting infected, because you will be staying at your house. So that's one on. Also the fourth important, right? And time requirement. So time requirement is quite less, as I would like to say that, because if you opt for online classes, the online classes hours may vary from 9 hours to 15 hours. It depends on the course and how many course you got registered for. So to be eligible for a full-time student in Canada, you have to at least go for 9 credits, and 9 credits is almost 3 subjects per semester, and you can enroll up to 15 credits, that 5 subjects in a single semester, right? So if you have opted for 9 credit, then definitely your classes will be up to 9 to 10 hours. And if you opt for 15 credits, like almost 5 subjects, then you may have to attend classes up to 12 to 15 hours a week, right? And the classes timings, they try to manage class timings according to suitability of our hours, right? So in my case, I would like to share that I am attending 2 classes in the morning, like 7 a.m. in India until 9:30, and the third classes I am attending, that is 10 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. at midnight. So in some of the classes you will have to manage, you even have to attend classes at night, but that's fine. If we are staying at home, then it's not that difficult to manage our timings, right? And time requirement, above that, you will have to spend 10 to 12 hours a week to do the assignments, quizzes, and prepare for the midterms, because in India what happens, like we only attend the semester exams. But if I talk about Canada, you will have to work on weekly basis, right? So they keep on giving homeworks on after each class, almost every faculties, and after a month or so you will get your midterm due, you will get your second midterm due after second month. So it is not like that, like if you just focus on studies in last 15 days of your semester, then you will be able to secure good marks. So that is not the case, and weightage of every assignments and quizzes and midterms is almost similar. Like they have divided into 4 parts, like you will have to score good in each and everything. In assignment as well, the weightage of assignment is somewhere 25 to 30%. The weightage of midterms is almost 30 to 40%, and quizzes and final, the weightage of finals are somewhere similar to almost 20 to 35%, depends on the faculty, right? So you will have to work on regular basis. The consistency is important in Canadian education, and these are the all advantages that I shared with you guys. Like you will be able to save some money, you will be able to save your 4 months of your career. That is very crucial. I have heard many of the people have deferred their intake from May to September, and now the September classes is also going online. So it is a waste of total 8 months if you go for deferment to January intake. But if you go for online, then you will be able to save a lot of time. Let's go to the disadvantages of this, and the first disadvantages is no friend zone. I really miss the college environment by sitting at India, because yeah, I'm learning the things, I'm doing homework, I'm doing the exams and everything, but the thing I miss is the classmates and the new friends that I would be making in Canada. And the second one is less connection you will get. Like if I would be in Canada, then definitely I will gonna meet many people in Canada and develop my networking over there. But if you are staying in India, your networking will not work over there, because we do have groups for each classes, the WhatsApp group where we are sharing and helping each other to do assignments and homework, and we are in connection with our classmates as well. But the physical touch is missing. So until we meet in physical, it is not that effective. The friends are not that effective, right? And the third thing is that the part-time jobs. So most of the students decide that first year fees they will get from parents or through educational loan, and the next year fees they will manage to earn over there doing part-time jobs. So and it will not affect that much, because of the pandemic the jobs are quite less, so you may not be able to save that much in this scenario. And the fourth disadvantages of this is the delay in PR that I have already covered. And if you are working in corporate, and if you got an opportunity to interacting with people online through Zoom and doing online seminars and everything, then you won't find it difficult to cope up with the online classes formats and everything, because it is quite similar. I'm working in corporate since last 4 years, and I used to attend sessions and meet connect with my clients in UK and US. So it is not that difficult for me, but I would like to say that it is not like you will not be able to cope up with the things. It is not that difficult, so it is all manageable. So overall I have counted the disadvantages and advantages of going for online classes, and I would like to share my personal opinion as well. So in my opinion, if you are staying at home, so it's better to utilize the 4 months, because the travel ban is there. So it's better to complete 4 months of your studies in India and do the balance 1.5 years in Canada. And one more thing, like if you are opting for just 1 year course, then you should definitely defer it, because if you opt for online course in just 1 year, then you will get at only 4 months over there, so you will not be able to enjoy the college environment and feel the college the things properly. So if you have at least 8 months of course remaining in Canada, then you will be able to learn the things, meet with the people, and relate yourself with the college people and all that. So, and exams are quite, I would not say it is hard, but if you study regularly, then definitely you will be able to get good grades, because they have also changed the format. You will be able to use of Excel, and there are various formulas for mathematics and finance and statistics in Excel if you belong to science or finance fields. So Excel will help you a lot in, and Excel is also allowed in exams. So you can do your workings, you can use any formula. There are n number of formulas. All the statistics questions can be solved through Excel. All the finance questions can be solved through the Excel formulas, and even in mathematics, right? So it is not that hard, but the thing is, you will have to be consistent. You will have to be score good in your quizzes, assignments, and then midterms and the final exams. So the overall, they combine all the grades and make the final total to get you the good grades, right? And it's an open big book exam, even it's online. So you can, the best thing is that you can prepare your notes, and refer those notes while appearing for the exam, because what happens, like you may not get that much of time to refer the whole book while appearing for exam. So what I'm doing, like I'm preparing my own notes and referring to that notes while appearing for exam. So that helps me a lot and saves me a lot of time while appearing for exam. So exams is not a big issue. You will be able to clear with good grades, and I hope this video is gonna helpful for you guys to decide. And if you have any questions, any doubts, if you need any clarification on any topic, you can just drop your message in the comment box, and I would be very happy to help you guys, because I know this scenario is not the scene is difficult due to this pandemic, but let's help each other and learn from each other. And another thing is that I have prepared a separate video for GIC, and where I have explained each and every step for step-by-step process for GIC and how to apply for CIBC GIC. And if you are also planning to do that, just check my other videos. That is the link is available in the after this video, and that will also gonna help you. And if you need help on this, I would also love to help that. Okay, thank you very much. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye.